Hey everyone, it's Cregan here, and we just want to dedicate this episode to our littlest fan, Danny. Thanks so much for the support, and glad you enjoy hanging out with us in the lab.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Lab Rats where we test it so you don't have to. As always, I'm Humble.
And I'm Mr. Bald.
He is bald. Today we're going to be doing a championship runback since there were two DLCs this past weekend, one in Vegas and one in Birmingham. We're actually going to take the two decks that won and put them against each other and see which one would take the gold.
Which one are you playing?
I'm playing this one. Good old-fashioned Ruby Sapphire, all reliable. This has got some cool tech in it. Fang Crossbow is pretty neat. And this has got a card near and dear to my heart, Mufasa. So very excited to lean into this. What are you doing today?
You know, I am no Zen Said. Dude's an absolute legend. Good friend. But I am going to be playing his little spicy Emerald Steel Nugget. At first glance, there's like a couple of things that are outside of the norm in most of the Emerald Steel decks that I've seen leading up to the event. One of which being the Ana. I really do like the utility that she brings to the deck.
I like that card a lot.
The Muses also like having additional utility and being able to rebuy your Anas and your Ursulas. Like that might be kind of cool. The one thing that really kind of stands out to me is the addition of Morph. I don't know if Morph is good, but like we're gonna find out.
I mean, he won, and he wasn't the only person on Morph. I saw that card do some egregious things that weekend. So let's just see how these lines work.
All right, it's always me.
No, it's me.
Nah, it's always me.
It's gonna be me this time.
It's 100% me.
It's always you.
It's me.
All right.
All right, BB.
Ooh, me like you the hand. Okay. So looking at our hand right off the bat, we have a lot of what we like. And this is one of those few times where like I think I'm just gonna keep. Yeah, I think this is one of those things where
You're just keeping a full 7?
I'm just keeping a full 7.
I don't like that. All right, so we got a couple things I like, a couple things I don't like. I really want to find the other piece to this, but like I really like this in this matchup. I also like this going first. But there's a chance, like, if we don't keep one of these, that we don't get to do it. So it's just a matter of how aggressively we want to try to mulligan for it. Like, I know for certainty we're getting rid of at least these 3. The question is whether or not I keep either one of these. I think keeping this is probably fine. Kind of want to get rid of this as well and just try to maximize our ability to find it, but like all 3 of these cards are very good in this matchup, so I think that's where I'm going to keep my mulligan for now, and mulligan 4 and alter 4. Apologies. Ah, yes, unplayable hand, even better.
Yes, love to hear it.
All right,
Start us off, RMB.
well, we don't have a whole lot of cards that we can actually ink.
Wonderful,
so,
my turn. Okay.
I mean, we have to make a decision right here on turn 1, which of these 2 cards we probably want to ink. And I think we're going to end up inking both of them, but I'm going to start here and ink a Morph and pass.
Ooh, the pass keys. We'll draw. That is a pretty good one. We're going to go ahead and I'll just ink this Tipo. And start with a Popsicle. Draw a card. And pass it back to you.
All right. We need a banger here. It's an inkable card. Let's go. All right. We will ink a Strength. We're going to take a little peeky peek. Sure. Little Ursula.
I'll give you the option, but I do have a lot of redundancy, so...
You sure do.
One of these is fine for you to take.
Well, this sucks.
It's feeling pretty good over here.
So, like, I guess we just take the more higher impact card and how far I'll go?
Yeah.
Say go?
Sure. And we'll draw. Ooh, piece of candy. So I think this is a little bit less impact right now. Like the ink is one of these 2 cards. And I think I will just like go ahead and spin this. I'll ink the Tamatoa to play the Tipo, and I'll pass the turn.
So we got a couple options going into this turn. Well, that actually makes it a little bit easier for us. Like, we know that he has the Brawl, so I really wanted to keep this, but I think at this point, this might be a little bit better. Maybe? Maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't better at all. If we don't force him into playing the Brawl next turn, then he gets to go Hiram and draw 2 more cards, which I think I like that a lot less. So I do think we're actually going to ink the Hidden Cove, play out a Diablo, and we're going to quest for 1.
Sure. I'll draw. It's a decent draw. So based on the hand, he did kind of round that out, which leads me to believe he might have another one. So if we leave this alive, it allows him to sing songs, which I think I'm okay with. The songs he can sing aren't exactly like there's a bunch of removal that doesn't really impact my board very hard. I do think we are gonna go ahead and ink this Maleficent for turn. And I do feel like I can kind of disrespect this Diablo for a turn, just to get some decent value, because I'm not going to be able to draw cards when it's turned sideways. So I will just draw 2 cards now, and hope to find a better answer later down the line. And I'll go ahead and quest for 1 since it's probably going to get stormed anyway. I'll pass.
So ready, set, draw. All right. We are going to we have a few different options here, but I think we're going to start with this line, just because like we need to start rattling off some inkable cards here. So we're going to start with a Prince John, and we'll use Ursula to sing a Sudden Chill.
I'll discard Visions of the Future.
Cool. We'll trigger Prince John to draw a card. And we'll use Diablo to sing a Let the Storm Rage on Tipo,
Yep.
drawing a card. Perfect. That's a great ink for us. So we will ink the Muses and pass our turn back to our opponent. We get to draw when they draw, which is nice.
So we are going to start with a Fishbone Quill. Gonna ink this Grammatala and use the Fishbone Quill to ink this. And then gonna fire off a Brawl on the Diablo, quest for 1, popping the Fishbone Quill to draw 2 cards. And we'll pass turn.
We'll ready, set, draw. So this is kind of neat. The way that this card interacts is like pretty neat. I like it a little bit. We will stack 1 damage on the Hiram.
Ooh, Anna, huh?
And we are going to... I feel like this is probably a little bit more low impact than the ability to peek. We will ink a morph. And we are going to kick Anna. Our opponent is at 6 ink. So either A, we get B prepped next turn, or we get Mauied. I think I'd rather cash in the 2 lore now, though, regardless. And send it back.
All right, we'll draw. It's a pretty good one. So we're going to go ahead and ink a Tamatoa. I'll play an Ice Block, and then we'll brawl the Anna.
Anna has been brawled.
And then it's your turn.
Oh, draw. Alright, let's take a little peek at what's under the hood.
Hey, it's just another Tamatoa.
Just a Tamatoa. We're going to Pete. You don't get to play no actions.
Sure.
And we will quest for 3, go to 6.
Yep.
Send it back.
Draw. We're going to ink a Fishbone Quill to play the Tamatoa, get back the Popsicle. And it is your turn.
Ready, set, draw. That's a cool one. Let's go ahead and get rid of that card in your hand.
Sure.
We'll draw 2 off the John trigger and hypnotize. Shift Diablo.
Sure.
We'll play a baby Diablo. I know you
No
got
dots.
nothing in hand. I just want another body on board. We're gonna put the gas on and
This just came in, big guy.
quest for 5.
Yep, quest for 5 is fine.
Go to 11 and say go. I'll draw when you draw.
Sure. Well, that's a pretty good one. So we're gonna. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think we don't have a choice though. We have to let him draw a card because we need something. So we're gonna quest for 2. Get this popsicle. Play a popsicle. Draw a card.
Me too.
Looks like I just pass.
So we will ready. Set draw.
Yep.
We'll pay 5 to Bruno the Tamatoa.
All right, let's see what he gets here. One of these cards is a concession on the spot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The last one.
That's the concession.
Ooh. That's
So we have to
pretty
draw it off the
good.
top.
We'll draw from that.
If we do not draw B prep or Sisu, we lose.
We'll quest for 6.
Yep.
Go to 17. I guess I don't really need this right now, so we'll ink a Tinkerbell.
Yep.
And send it back. I'll
Draw.
draw when you draw.
Yep, and that's concession.
Steep.
Yeah, the cheapo instead of playing the one jump ahead was probably the tipping point. I needed the extra card in my hand to like insulate. So looking at our hand, we have a lot of what we liked from the last hand. Almost the exact same, actually. So yeah, we're gonna keep.
So we're going to be going for a little bit different of a game plan on the draw in this matchup. I think that so this is our opener, which coincidentally has a lot of the pieces that we already want right off the bat. Specifically in these 3, we're missing one additional piece, which I think like each of these 4 are reasonable to mulligan, kind of looking for the other piece to this game plan. So we are going to alter 4. We didn't find it, but our hand is still like reasonable.
Good old Ink Dragon Popsicle Pass.
Sure. We will draw a card for turn. There's a chance that this just isn't going to be relevant early enough on into this game because we are going second, so we are going to ink a Strength of the Raging Fire and send it back your way.
Okay, we're going to draw. And we're going to do what we should have done last game, is ink a Tipu and play a one jump. And I'll pass turn.
So drawing a second one of those there is not really where we want to be, so we are going to send it to the inkwell as well. We'll ink a second Strength of a Raging Fire, and we're going to take a little peeky peek with our best friend, Ursula.
We get to look at him and say, no gots.
Sick. And we'll send it back.
And draw.
Was there a brawl in that hand?
There was not. We are going to ink this Hideaway. He does have play Cove, but I don't think that's going to be like super relevant, especially because we have this. I do think it's just time to go ahead and fire off. Hiram, draw 2. That's a good one, and I'll pass.
Already, we'll draw. It's a pretty good card. All right, well, we know we're doing this turn. The question is whether or not we want to keep this card. I don't want to get rid of this. I feel like this card's really important in this matchup. I don't really want to get rid of any of those 3. There's a chance that like we're already reaching the point where this card's not very good either. Just because he starts to get to Medusa turns pretty quickly on in the game. So it's probably between inking one of these 2 cards. Which it's got to be this card. We want to try to give him like as little value as possible, and this is also still 2 turns away from now, so we're gonna ink our beast, play a 3-drop Ursula, and quest
Pretty
for
good.
1, and send it back.
Okay, we're going to draw. Well, we're always going to start with a popsicle to draw another card. I do think we're actually going to ink. No, we're not going to ink yet. We're going to quest. Pop this to draw another 2 cards.
Yeah, Hiram's a super fair card.
Hiram is great. I don't know what you're talking about. This card's very
you've
fair.
drawn 17 cards off that card already, and it's turn 4.
So we are going to play an ice block. Use said ice block on this Ursula. The card we ink here, I think, might be inconsequential. Like, I want to keep this for top end. I want to keep this just in case. This card is losing a lot of value for me. We could also just like ink a redundant copy of this. And I think that's probably fine because this still turns these on. So I'll ink 1 Hiram. And I'll play Sisu to remove.
Did not know that card was in this deck.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, but like it gets better with this. And I'll pass the turn.
Well, we're never going to be able to eat away at this hand, are we? Well, I guess we're going to ink our little baby Diablo, play Muses.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And we will pass it back to you.
I will draw a card. All right, so we're kind of rich in options at this point. I don't really want to get rid of this just because it is it's kind of important to what we're trying to do. But what we're going to do is we're going to play Fishbone Quill. Going to ink Grammatala. Use the Fishbone Quill. I think we're getting into turns where this is becoming less relevant at this point. Because I'm going to play this turn. And I want to keep a backup of this. And this is our win con. So we are going to ink this. Going to play a how far I'll go. Not going to go there. I'm not going to go to the hand. Then we will quest for 1. Popping the Fishbone Quill to draw 2 cards. And we'll just quest for 1 more. And pass it back.
We'll draw. All right. We are going to start by singing a Sudden Chill.
I'll discard a Lucky Die.
We will trigger the Muses to return the Ursula to hands.
Sure.
And we'll replay the Ursula.
You're going to get a how far I'll go, but then I'll show you these, and it's pretty bad for you.
Yeah, that's not great. We will use the Muses to sing a Let the Storm Rage on Sisu.
Yep.
Draw a card. We'll trigger the Muses to bounce the Hiram back to hand. And we will... You have how many in hand?
5.
That's too many cards.
That's a lot of cards.
We'll ink a Sudden Chill and play out our Diablo.
Sure.
And then send it right back.
I'll draw. Well, that was a really good card to draw 4 turn.
Sisu?
Mana Medusa, Spirit of the Diablo.
Must be nice.
I'll ink a Fishbone Quill for turn. And we'll just play a Fishbone Quill. And I'll pass.
It's a really awkward position to be in. I guess we'll quest for 2, go to 3.
Yep.
We're going to fire off a Bruno on the Medusa. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rerolls.
Yep.
Of course, I roll a 6. First time ever.
Gonna roll 5 now. Haha, gotcha.
The first one.
It is a high room.
Alright, we will trigger the Ursula back to hand.
And uses to put the Ursula, yes, gotcha.
And we'll send it back.
Okay, draw. Well, I think we're just going to go ahead and go with the Tamatoa, get back a Popsicle, and play the Popsicle. And draw. I think I will utilize this here Fishbone Quill. So I do like this a lot in this matchup, but I think we're past the point. I think we're past the point of it being usable. I do want to keep this just in case he gets out of hand. How many cards in hand?
3.
Yeah, just in case he starts getting out of pocket. I want to have the don't come to school tomorrow.
Oof, that's steep. I don't know what that card is, but I don't like the sound of that.
So we will get rid of this one. This is actually unexerted. I'll just pass.
We will drop. I guess we're gonna take a look.
You do get the don't come to school tomorrow card.
Nice. We will also fire off a hippie hip.
Sure.
And draw a card off that.
Yep.
No effect on muses. We will, however, ink this here Ursula and pass it back to you.
All right, so we have some options here. We're gonna draw. So that's a cute one. I think we just need to stack our hand. So we're just gonna play Hiram. Draw 2 cards. Those are a couple good ones. I could run this out for like max. Yeah, I think I will. Play Fang Crossbow. Yeah. Did not know that card was in this list either, huh?
Banish this item. Banish chosen dragon character. Good thing I'm not playing any dragons.
I'll quest for 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep, go to 7.
I'll re-get this popsicle to play this popsicle to draw another card. And I think I'm good there. Pass the turn.
I guess there's no better time than any for this, so we will attack into the
Tamtoa.
and we'll banish it.
Yep.
Are we afraid of a Maui?
Are you
Yes
afraid
and
of it?
no. I'm more afraid of a big Sisu, so we're gonna quest for 1, and I will ink this here morph.
Okay.
And send it back.
Draw. Well, let's see what we got here. We're gonna start. The draw step didn't really do much for us. We were gonna start here. Pop this popsicle to draw 2 cards. That's pretty good. So now we have the opportunity to do both things. We'll play a Maui. I will take out the muses. And then I will play this brawl on your Ana. I will use Fishbone Quill, do a secret ink, and I'll pass.
This is pretty not good for us. I guess we'll Bruno the Hiram. Hopefully hit the
Ready to roll
the
some
Hiram.
dice. 1 through 4, 5 and 6 reroll. Roll a 6. Oh, reroll it again. 6. Okay, 3.
3.
He did hit the Hiram.
Yeah! All right, we can slow this game down just a little bit. And say go.
Let's draw our card. Well, he thought he was going to slow the game down. Turns out that was a lie. I'll play a Tamatoa.
Oh, must be.
Get back a popsicle. Play said popsicle to draw a card. And I will heal the Maui because Ana is a card and a half. And I'll just pass. Not really in a position where we have to like force the issue as long as we just keep playing big threats. He's eventually going to run out of a... Like our card economy is just better than his at this point.
Well, we need to draw some cards, so we're gonna storm the Tommy.
If it's another Ana, I'm going to be disgusted.
It is, in fact, not another Ana.
Okay, never mind. I'm, in fact, not disgusted then.
Both of these cards suck. I guess we'll play out Ursula and send it back.
Okay, now we can get to the point where we are trying to win the game. So we're going to go ahead and quest 1, 2, 3, 4. Get back this here. Lucky Dime. Play said Lucky Dime. And utilize said lucky dime
For 5.
for 5. Gonna go ahead and ink this hideaway. I think I'm gonna get rid of this. Play Atala. And I'll pass.
So if he's got 1 2-quester in his hand, even removing this Tammy doesn't matter, but instead we just have nothing.
Yep.
So we proceed to lose.
Going to game 3.
Looks like I'm going to be making my hand alterations before you.
Yes.
I don't really want this in the opener. Like, this is like a pretty cute little line for some card advantage. I feel like being on the play, though, like, I really, really just need to aggressively try to find the most broken opener. Like, it could be wrong. It could be correct that, like, keeping some number of these is correct. But, like, I think I want to just go for... I want to go for broke. I'm going to keep 1, and I'm going to alter 6. Oh, man, this is bad.
Love it.
This is real bad.
So looking at mine, we are going to get rid of the spend these 2 non-negotiable. I like keeping this as a dedicated inkable, but the same occurs here. And I think this is going to, if we draw into this later, it's going to be more relevant. So I will send this one back and keep one of these as a dedicated inkable card. So we're going to alter 3. Those are some good ones.
This hand's just unplayable.
Love it.
Oh, we'll ink a Bruno.
Love to see that.
We'll play a Cove.
That's a card. I'll draw. So, dedicated inkable in Tipo. We're going to play a Popsicle to draw. And I will pass.
Not the card we wanted to see there. At least we have to lead on this, which is like kind of not great. So we will ink our Sudden Chill and we'll take a peek.
Well, you don't get anything, but you see some good stuff.
Sure do. We'll send it back.
A draw. So we're not going to ink this because of the Hidden Cove. So I do think we're just going to ink one of these. We're going to play the Tipo. And because the Hidden Cove is on the board, this becomes less of an answer to things. So we are going to ink that. And I'll pass.
We'll draw.
Cool thing is if he plays Diablo, he can't Cove it this turn. So he's like definitely going to be going back behind a turn.
Like I can see the potential upside to casting this here, but at the same time, like we're just forced into a situation where you have to ink this again. You could also just play this. We know that he has a Hiram, so like maybe playing this is just less good in this instance. So we just ink the Pete, play the Morph and move it to the Cove, and then quest for 1.
Sure.
And say go.
And draw. The thing to consider is probably just to draw some cards. I'm not keen on this card just because it does make our hand super low, but it's also an item. So I think I am more keen on getting rid of inking a Grammatala to play the Hiram. And draw 2 cards. And I'll actually just pass.
So ready. We need to start developing our own source of card advantage, so we're going to shift, get rid of a Bruno.
It's 2 Brunos down, love it.
We'll quest for 1.
Already got you.
And we are going to cast an Ana, and we're going to quest for 2 as well.
Damn, Ana with no value. Fine by me, I suppose.
And say go.
Draw.
Draw.
So now I think we're getting into turns where it's just super relevant to out his board on every single turn of the game. Like we're kind of far away from this. So I think the play here is to ink the Grammatala. We're going to hide away the Hidden Cove and then brawl the Diablo. And I think it's just past the turn from there.
Don't love that.
I mean, I thought it was pretty good.
Well, we don't have to worry about getting board wiped next turn. So I think we are going to cast Amuses and quest for 3. Go to 6. And send it back.
And draw. Do you think I will play this Maui? Run into the honor. Inking for turn is going to be like the weird one. I think it's going to be this. Because he has a redundant Ana, then this might. I think it's just this. I think we can get rid of a Maui. And then I'll just quest for 1. I'm not going to quest with this, even though I kind of want to, but I don't want to give him the opportunity to have another Ana in hand and like run into and kill the Hiram. So I'll just pass.
Draw. I guess we'll hard cast a Diablo.
Sure.
And pass it back.
Draw.
Hand's a little awkward.
So Maui is going to single 1 jump ahead. We're going to start off with a Fishbone Quill. Fishbone Quill is not going to ink anything, but I am going to quest. Pop this to draw 2 cards. I will quest for 1. We didn't draw any inkable cards. We could ink this, but this is getting closer and closer to like being our win con. So I think I'll just pass.
So we'll take out the Tipo.
He was just a little boy.
We'll deal 1 to Haram.
Is it Diana?
It is.
Okay.
We'll,
Assuming Hiram.
yeah, we'll banish the Hiram. We'll quest for 1.
Yep.
And send it back. Our draw.
You get to draw a card. Well, we are just going to do this.
Yeah, I like had to hope that you didn't have it. I don't think that I was winning this game either way, just based on the makeup of our hand. Our draws have been like quite poor. Yeah, and that makes it just that much worse. So we'll ink a strength and pass.
Yikes. We're going to ink Automatoa to play Automatoa. Get back a Popsicle.
Sure.
And I'll pass.
We'll fire off the Bruno. Dang, 5 cards in hand?
Yeah.
Number 4.
God. All right.
We'll ink the strength and say go.
Draw. So we're going to start with a Popsicle to draw a card. You're going to play a Visions of the Future. And out of all these cards, I think this is the one we want to keep, just because it is our win con. And then I'm not done, sir. We'll play how far I'll go. Well, that was a pretty easy choice since they were both the same card. An ice block. Go ahead.
There's like almost no world of this is ever living, but we can be not overzealous, but just like a little bit zealous.
I'll draw. You are correct. The thing is immediately dying. And I'll pass.
If I could stop drawing these, that'd be fantastic.
Just got a non-starter in your hand, bro?
I've had the last 4 draws.
We're going to quest for 1 first. Consult the graveyard. Heal our Medusa. Play the Tommy. Get the pop. Play the pop. And then ink the Tala. And then pass.
Take a look.
Are you sure you want to look?
No?
Okay.
I wish to concede.
Okay. Oh, man. It's like heavy is the crown, right? It's just great.
I mean, like, let's be fair here. You had multiple games of the set where you got to go like Popsicle, Tipo, or 1 jump into Hiram. How many games did I go Diablo on turn 1?
Let me think.
None of them.
I can't think. I won all the games, so like I'm
Well,
just
you didn't
like,
win the first one.
yeah, that's because I didn't remember. I forgot what I was playing.
Oh yeah. Like, so I don't take these games as indicative of exactly how this matchup is going to play out all
not
of
at
the
all.
time. I think that the Emerald Steel deck is very high rolly. Like,
Yeah, you definitely didn't get to like showcase any of like the obscenely overtly powerful things that the deck can do. I did see the deck go like Diablo on 1, on turn 2 play morph, shift Diablo, turn 3 shift into beast, which was like
I didn't get to do that.
back breaking against the opponents that I saw do it.
The coolest thing I did was the turn where like I used the baby Ursula to like challenge your Hiram and then play an Anna and banish it. I was like, that felt pretty good.
That was the part in game 1 where like it definitely like took a 180 and went in your favor. Like I was very comfortable keeping the 2 songs because I knew like out of the songs that you were gonna take the 4 one.
Your hand was gross.
My hand was very good.
I looked at your hand on turn 2. I was like, oh, this is not gonna be good.
I definitely think that if I would not have played Tipo and just played the 1 jump, then like I was in there.
I figured that was what you were gonna do. I thought you were gonna like ink the Tipo.
Yeah, but like I just assumed that like he won the event, so like maybe he was seeing something that I didn't with that card. Because like I still stand by it. Tipo's bad in red blue. I'll stand by it. I'll die on this hill. But Tipo is just not a card I want to see. Like the games I did not play Tipo were very in my favor.
Yeah. Because it also like didn't give me a target to let the Storm Rage on to like cycle and draw another card.
Correct. Yeah.
I think that was also the thing that was gross in game 1 was just the ability to use it as like
a cycle.
Yeah.
Just being able to like blank as many cards as possible. Like especially in this matchup, you have like Strength of a Raging Fire, Storm Rage on. Like all those cards are just like essentially dead against me. And it's the same thing with how Bucky was 2 sets ago. If you ever get board wiped, you're just dead.
I mulliganed pretty aggressively too, and just like didn't find the pieces. Like I think.
Oh, how's it feel to mulligan, nerd? Like,
like in game 3, like I mulled like 6. I kept exactly a 2-drop Ursula. Didn't find either piece of the Diablo package.
I kept 7, mulligan 1.
Yeah, must be nice because like I mulled 5, 6, I think.
What's it like to play a deck?
With no. Game 3. So game 3, I did do a pretty conservative mulligan. Like I was talking to Zan in Vegas about it, and he was talking about on the draw how he'll keep sudden chill Ursula into Ursula, which I thought was like pretty reasonable. The one thing that you're really looking for in the mulligan at that point is the Prince John, which is the piece that I was missing.
Yeah.
So I mulligan
Prince
4,
John
didn't find it.
Prince John likely.
I didn't see it at all that game.
I think Prince John likely like helps you out and draws you some more cards, but like. At that point, like I was already so far ahead that like matter. You could have picked your entire deck up and it wouldn't have mattered.
I mean, Pop Tipo Hiram just continues to be one of the most busted things you can do.
Not only Pop Tipo Hiram, Hideaway into Brawl was also pretty good.
I don't want to talk about it.
I do.
I don't want to talk about it. I was like, man, you can't brawl him.
And I was just like, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. That thing's dead. But yeah, no, like these games went my favor.
I kind of fit like okay. Even if there was a little bit more play, a little bit more back and forth, I wanted to see both of the decks get to do the most powerful thing that they could potentially do.
Yeah.
To see like really how the lines.
It's just very difficult for that deck to pull off its very powerful thing because there's only
it's high rolly, and I'm not lucky.
Well, you only have 4 Diablos that you can shift off of on turn.
And 4 Morris.
Yeah, but like I'm saying on turn 2 you can only shift off of a Diablo. So like the deck only plays exactly 4
But I didn't see any 1-drop Diablos till like turn 7.
Oh yeah, well like sucks to suck, I guess.
Yeah.
You're
not lucky enough for this.
Not Zan, etc.
No, I'm just gonna go back to my Sapphire Steel things.
Don't do that. Come on, do something different. You go back to Sapphire Steel, I might be going back to Mufasa. Today was good. I remained the champion as it stands, as it should be. Go ahead and like, subscribe, do all the things in the comments. We love you.